My child, do you want to cry tomorrow? My child, I am speaking to you now not to frighten you, but to set you free and bring you home. Do you want to cry tomorrow? I am seriously asking you this question because I see the weight you carry. I have seen every night you stayed awake, heard the small, sharp sounds of your heart breaking, and watched you try to be brave when fear pressed close. Listen to me carefully and let these words sink into the quiet part of you that still knows how to breathe. Tomorrow is not an ordinary day, and while I cannot tell you the exact moment when great change will come, I am giving you time and reason to prepare yourself before that glorious day arrives suddenly. The hour may be hidden, but the love I hold for you is not hidden. I give you time because I am patient, and I give you warning because I want you ready, not scared. Hear these words the way a father speaks to a child who is about to travel, with care, with truth, and with plain directions that keep you safe. First, breathe with me now. Feel the breath moving in and out. Remember that breath is a promise I placed in you, small and steady and true. When you feel like you will drown in tomorrow's fears, return to that breath. It will not solve everything, but it will remind you that you are still here, and that presence is the first place where change can begin. Do not let fear bury your reason. Fear that paralyzes is not from me, but fear that moves you to mend, to pray, to love, to seek mercy that can be used for good. If your heart leaps when you think of tomorrow, let that leap become action. Fold your hands, open your eyes, and set your house in order. Begin with prayer, but make it real. Say plainly, I need you. I am sorry. Help me. I know every burden you hide, every shame you carry in the dark corners of your heart. Confess them aloud if you must. Speak to me in your own words, not with eloquence but with honesty. There is nothing too small to bring before me, and nothing you can hide that I do not already hold with mercy. Even rage can be a prayer. I can hold it without being surprised. I will not turn away from what you are willing to show me. You are not a mistake. Every part of you matters to me, and none of your struggles make you less loved. Second, tend to your relationships with the urgency they deserve. Love is the sign by which people will know you belong to me. If you are angry with someone, reach out today. If you have wronged someone, go and say you are sorry before the sun sets. If someone has hurt you, do not let bitterness make its home in your heart. Bitterness is a thief that steals peace, joy, and clarity. Forgive even when it is hard, not because the person who hurt you always deserves it, but because forgiveness unties the chains around your own feet. Forgiveness is for the forgiver more than the forgiven. It does not mean you must stay close to those who caused you pain, but it means you will not carry their poison any longer. Make peace where peace can be made. If you cannot reach someone, pray for them. If you can reach them, do it now. Do not wait for the right mood or the right day. Make the right choice today, because tomorrow may not offer the same opportunity. Third, live simply and speak truth. Remove the things in your life that make you small: greed, the constant chase for applause, the need to prove your worth through possessions. Look at what you own and ask if it owns you. Give away what you do not need. Help those who need what you do not use. When you give, give quietly, not for praise, but because giving clears your heart and opens you to joy. Speak truth with gentleness. Do not hide behind clever words to excuse what you know is wrong. Truth spoken with love opens doors. Truth kept in silence closes them. Be gentle with your mind when it tells stories that are cruel and convincing. When it whispers you are worthless, challenge that voice with facts. Who has loved you? Who has smiled because of you? What small joys have you given another? Write these truths down if you must. Keep a small list you can hold like stones when storms come. Fourth, be a light for the hurting, starting with yourself. There are many who are afraid tonight and do not know where to turn. But before you can truly help others, you must learn to care for yourself without guilt. Tomorrow, do one thing that protects your heart. Make your bed. Step outside for 5 minutes. Drink a full glass of water and tell yourself, I am taking care of me. These small acts are not trivial. They are the first bricks you lay when you begin to rebuild a life that was shaken. I built the world out of simple words and little actions. You can do the same. Look around you for the lonely neighbor, the single mother, the person who lives in the same town but has no one to call. Feed a hungry mouth. Sit with someone who weeps. Offer shelter to the shaken heart. Small acts of kindness are great in my eyes because they show you remember the worth of every person. Do not assume the world's timetable of what is urgent. Someone's greatest need might be simply to be seen. Be brave enough to notice. Sometimes kindness is a patient word, a quiet look, a short text that says, I see you. Fifth, do not trade your soul for comfort. Comfort is not always evil, but comfort at the price of your integrity is ruin. If you find yourself speaking with two faces, one for the world and another for your deepest truth, stop and align them. Let your spoken life match your hidden life. Do not trade short comfort for long pain. Numbing can be tempting because it promises to stop the quick pain, but it also hides the chance to learn and grow. Face the hurt with a steady heart. Let friends, counselors, or wise elders help you carry what you cannot yet carry alone. If you have allowed compromise in small things, repair the cracks now. Character is built in the little choices. Choose again and again to stand where goodness stands, even when it feels lonely or small. Sixth, return to the ways of prayer and listening. Speak to me plainly, then be quiet. Listening is a discipline that must be practiced. In the hush of morning or the stillness of night, there is a voice that is not your own, a tenderness that comes like rain on dry soil. Learn to listen without the rush of your own thoughts. Read the words that bring life and let them wash you. Let prayer be not a list of wishes but a steady turning of the heart toward what is true. Trust that I hear you the moment you speak. Prayer is not a list you recite to move me, it is a conversation we keep. Tell me the small details, your lunch, your worry, the neighbor who needs a word, the thing that made you laugh. Small things matter because you matter. Prayer softens where pride once hardened you. It trains your heart to see what matters. Seventh, guard your mind and choose your company carefully. The world will try to drown you in noise, in voices that shout urgency while teaching nothing of love. Do not swallow every fear you hear. Test what you are told by the measure of love and justice. If something drives you to be cruel, greedy, or to despair, reject it. People shape us more than we often notice. Spend time with those who enlarge your heart, not those who shrink it. Those who mock your faith, your attempts, or your small steps are not helping. Choose friends who can be honest with you and also tender. Friendship is a mirror, fine mirrors that reflect your dignity back to you. Hold fast to hope. Hope is not passive waiting or naive belief that everything will be perfect. Hope is a small, honest decision to keep walking toward the light when the path is hard. Hope looks for the next good thing and plans for it. Build habits that strengthen hope. Reading what is good, singing what is true, praying with others, giving when you can. Eighth, do not judge those who are different from you with quickness. Mercy is wider than you imagine. Hearts are complicated, and people walk paths you have not seen. Be firm about what is right, but gentle about human brokenness. Reach for the hand in the dark. You cannot fix every life, and you must not pretend you can, but you can be a steady presence. Small, steady lights cut darkness in ways you do not always see. Do not compare your journey to another's highlight reel. People often show what they want you to see. You do not see their nights or their silent battles. Remember that your calling is not a copy of someone else's. It is uniquely shaped by your wounds, your gifts, and your small decisions. Comparison steals joy and makes you forget the unique path I have for you. Ninth, prepare practically, but do not let preparation become paranoia. Store some bread. Learn to help if a neighbor falls ill. Know where your important papers are. These are wise things, but do not spend your days hoarding and hiding. Store love, not just goods. Build courage, not only shelters. The truest readiness is a heart aligned with truth, a clean conscience, and hands ready to serve. When worry whispers, "Where will the bread come from?" recall that I am the one who feeds birds and clothes wildflowers. My care is not always dramatic, but it is certain. Sometimes provision comes as a new door. Sometimes it comes as a timely helping hand. Sometimes it comes as strength to keep a job you already have. Trust me to provide in ways you do not yet see. 10th, if you have children, teach them with calm courage. Tell them you love them more than all your tasks. Calmly say what is true. Children take the tone you give them, so give them confidence, not panic. Hold them. Tell them it is okay to ask questions. Teach them to pray, to say sorry, to say thank you. Show them by your actions how to be brave and kind. They learn more from what you do than from what you say. Let your love for them be the foundation that steadies them when the world shakes. 11th, do not be proud, but do not despise yourself either. Pride hardens the heart and closes ears. If praise comes, let it go through you like wind. If your heart swells, remember from where all breath and talent came. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, it is thinking of yourself less. But also remember that your worth is not a number, a title, or an achievement. You are beloved because I look at you and say, "This is mine." Rest in that when the world shouts otherwise. Be as kind to yourself as you would be to a friend who is learning to walk. Live small before me and large before others. Let gratitude be the ruler of your life, but do not let false guilt rule your rest. Rest is not idleness, it is a necessary part of your health. Sleep well, let your body recover. Give your mind space to breathe. 12th, remember those who suffer and act on their behalf. There are those who live where danger feels ordinary, those in war, those in hunger, in prisons of all kinds. Pray for them. Give if you can. Speak up for justice where voices are silenced. Remember that your fate is tied to the fate of the least among you. When you care for them, you show that you belong to a better kingdom than this world often honors. Use your goods to heal, your words to bless, your feet to run where mercy calls. 13th, be quick to admit when you are wrong. Pride whispers excuses, honesty admits fault. Saying I was wrong changes you. It opens a door to repair and growth. If you are holding anger like a treasure, lay it down. If you are clinging to hurt because it makes you feel strong, know that true strength is in letting pain become a teacher, not a weapon. Learn to be content with imperfect progress. You will stumble. You will fail in ways that feel large, but each time you get up again, you add a line to a story of perseverance. Perseverance is quiet, steady, and often unnoticed, but it is also one of the most beautiful parts of life. 14th, hold no idols and choose truth over comfort. Idols are many: money, approval, revenge, pride, the need to control. Anything you serve more than love becomes an idol. Tear down the small altars you have built in your heart. Free yourself from them. Some comforts are honest and holy, others are hollow distractions. When a choice asks you to betray your inner truth for quick ease, step back. Say no where you need to. Saying no protects the yes that matters. The yes that changes a life is often guarded by many small no's that protect it. Live open-handedly toward your life. Let your aims be honest and your hunger for truth strong. 15th, find and nurture community. If you belong to a community of faith, gather with them. If you have been distant from your spiritual family, come back. In fellowship you find courage. In shared prayer you find support that quiets the deepest fear. Troubles were not meant to be carried alone. When others gather in my name, strength multiplies. Do not think that asking for help is weakness. Money is wisdom. Sit with people whose words line up with mine. Let them carry what you cannot carry. But community is not only to receive, money it is to give. Even in suffering you can offer a small kindness, and that giving will renew your own heart. Be honest about your need, but also be ready to meet the needs of others. 16th, if you are desperate, remember mercy is nearer than you think. Mercy is not a prize for the worthy, it is the open hand to the weary. Come as you are. Do not tidy your shame in the dark and think you must present a perfect face. Bring the messy, broken parts. There is room for them. My love does not demand a list of accomplishments. It only wants the opening of your heart. If you have been cruel, if you have used others for gain, if you have stood by while injustice grew, know that such choices leave marks that are heavy. You cannot undo what you have done, but you can name it and turn from it. There is room for repair and confession and restitution. If you have stolen, return what you can. If you have spread lies, speak truth now. If you have taken advantage, seek to restore. 17th, watch for quiet signs of grace and beauty. A child's laugh, a bird's song, the prayer of an old person. These are not small things. They are windows into the life I have made. Do not let busyness drown the music that keeps your heart sane. Stop and look, breathe, find beauty in small things. Beauty is not only in high places, it lives in your hands when you care for another being. The warmth of sunlight on your hand, the sound of rain, the taste of bread, the crooked smile of a neighbor. These small graces are everywhere if you let your eyes see them. Allow yourself to be surprised by joy. Sometimes joy will come like a small bird into a quiet room, unexpected and light. Do not dismiss it because sorrow sits nearby. Joy and sorrow can live in the same house. Let joy in whenever it knocks. 18th, be generous with stories of grace. When you see mercy in your life, tell it. When someone helps you in a small but real way, speak of it. Stories of goodness build courage in others. People need proof that love works. Your story may be the reason another person decides to believe again. Use memory of my faithfulness as medicine. Remember the times you have come through before. Call them up like old letters of encouragement. Your memory is a reservoir you can draw from when dry spells come. When you forget, allow others to remind you. 19th, prepare your heart for both joy and sorrow. If an hour of great change comes, it will carry both. You may weep for what is leaving and laugh for what is coming. Let both tears and laughter have space. Emotion does not discredit faith, it completes it. Joy that comes from a clean heart is a strong light. Rejoice in small victories, a healed wound, a forgiven debt, a hand extended. When tears come tomorrow, let them be the cleansing kind, tears that make room for deeper joy. 20th, trust that I do not delight in punishment. I do not take pleasure in fear. My anger at injustice is a sign of my love for the oppressed. When I call, it is to bring you into the fullness of life. My ways may seem strange to you. My timing will not match your plans, but my desire is to restore, to reconcile, to bring you into a peace that no danger can take away. No trouble you face tomorrow can separate you from my care. Not failure, not fear, not loss, not loneliness. I am a constant companion. When the road is steep, my word will be a steady step. When the night is long, my promise will be a lamp. 21st, be steady and learn to work with your hands and heart. The storms will come and go. Hold fast to what you know is true. Let your hope be an anchor for others. Do not let the world's loudness make you forget the quieter certainties. Create, even in small ways. Cook a simple meal, draw a line, plant a seed. These acts connect you to the world in a deep way. Creation is a conversation with the life that made you. When you shape something and release it into the world, you practice the generous motion that made the universe. Build routines that support you. A small morning prayer, a short walk, a steady mealtime, and these rhythms steady your heart. When the world shakes, routines are an anchor. Choose routines that honor your body and your mind. 22nd, if you doubt, let that doubt become a door. Bring doubts into the light. Ask questions. Seek out those who can help you think and feel clearly. Doubt that pushes you to honesty and humility is useful. Doubt that excuses cruelty or laziness is dangerous. Let your questions bring you closer to truth, not distance you from what is good. When fear tells you that you cannot, remember that fear is not a prophet money avast, it is an alarm. Listen to it, but do not let it choose for you. Act in spite of fear sometimes. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move through fear because something else is more important. 23rd, remember to be kind to yourself. You are loved beyond your understanding. You will make mistakes on the way to becoming whole. When you fall, get up. When you fail, learn. The work of growing is long and patient. Do not measure your value by what you produce. Your worth is not earned by performance. You do not have to be flawless to be loved. You are not a project to be completed before love can come. You are already loved. Let that truth sink into your bones. 24th, if you lead others, lead with service. A leader who seeks to be served is not a leader in my sight. Lead by lifting others. When you make rules, let them be just. When you set boundaries, let them protect, not punish. The measure of leadership is how many people are helped, not how many fear you. 25th, keep watch with hope and tend to your soul like a garden. The future is not a hazard to be cowered before, but a mystery to be met with readiness. Hold your life lightly and your love firmly. Let every action be an answer to the love you have received. Pull the weeds of anger and envy. Water the seeds of gratitude and compassion. Prune what takes energy for no fruit. Gardens need seasons, do not expect constant bloom. Winters come, but remember, the root remains. When spring returns, tender green will follow. Live so that if the hour comes unexpectedly, your heart is full and your hands are busy with good work. Keep small rituals that remind you of love. A morning breath prayer, a candle at night, a bowl of fruit shared with a neighbor. These small acts anchor the soul. My child, I do not want your life to be driven by fear of a single day. I want it to be shaped by constant love. Prepare, yes, but live fully. Speak truth gently. Love without calculation. Be brave for those who cannot be brave for themselves. When the noise of tomorrow is loud, find silence. Solitude is not loneliness, money avaz. It is chosen quiet where you can hear my whisper. In silence, the heart learns which storms are worth battling and which are to be watched from a safe place. Use my words as a weapon, not to fight people, but to fight the lies that try to rule you. When the lie says you are worthless, answer with truth. You are loved. When the lie says you must prove yourself, answer with truth. You are already known. My words cut like clear light through the fog of lies. Why must seasons change? Because not all that began was meant to last forever in its broken form. Some things were lessons, some were tests, some were the beauty of a season. If everything stayed as it is, there would be no capacity for fullness, no room for repair, no space for healed joy. I do not end things because I delight in loss. I end what cannot become better in its present shape, so that what is true can be made right. There is goodness in completing a story, in bringing a worn thing to a place where it is mended. When all comes to a close, only what is aligned with my kingdom will remain. Love that has sought justice, mercy that has refused to harden, acts done quietly for the hungry, these are the measures that matter. The truth is not what you collected, but what you became. In the last day, the hands that gave will be warmer than the hands that grasped. You will not carry gold into the place that lasts. You will carry the hands you helped and the lives you mended. These are real treasures. The kingdom I speak of is not small and not distant. It is the living presence of love made real in human hearts. When you feed the hungry, you touch the kingdom. When you stop a blow with your own body to protect the weak, you have visited the kingdom. When you speak kindness to the one who expects nothing, you have built the kingdom's gate. Remember that trouble does not reach me first. I have already been there. I know the faces of your pain. Nothing surprises me about where you hurt. Because I have been with you in the valley, I can walk beside you there. No trouble you face tomorrow can separate you from my care. I am nearer than the breath in your lungs. Sometimes you will not feel me. Feelings are not always faithful mirrors of truth. When you do not feel me, act on my words anyway. Habit makes faith lived more than faith felt. When you must choose, ask what is loving, what is true, and listen for my quiet voice. My direction often comes as a calm sense in your chest, a clarity in your mind, or a gentle nudge from those who know you well. I do not always shout. My guidance often comes as a clear next step that looks small but keeps you moving in my way. Let hope be the song you hum. When you walk, sing small lines of praise. Praise transforms small things into windows of grace. Even in hardship, praise finds what is good. When you name the good, you invite more of it. Take a slow breath in, then out. When trouble comes tomorrow, return to that breath. Let my words fill you. Let the small acts of care you choose be the first stones of a new path. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning, not because the world may end, but because the light you hold matters right now to someone in the dark. Walk lightly upon the prideful paths of this age. Walk heavily upon the paths of mercy. Be a builder of peace in the places you travel. I am with you in every small moment and every great fear. I see the work of your hands, the cry of your heart, the secret things you hide from others. I do not count your sins to expose you. I count your chances to return. You will not walk tomorrow alone. I am walking there now. Have you, beside you, behind you. Take my hand and move forward, one steady step at a time. Go and do the small things well. Amen.